Hi guys, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for joining me. Old Faithful just went off. You see they moved the camera. Oh, now we got Beehive going off. That's quite an eruption. There was an eruption the other day from Beehive that was even larger. Yeah, it's been squirting out larger eruptions of the different geysers lately. Look at that. Here in the background, this is the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome. Yeah, this is one of the two domes for Yellowstone where it's growing. It's got cones growing in a sense, where the volcano is slowly trying to recharge. And it's been kind of quiet today. There was a lot of excitement when people were looking at the thumbnails, seeing the earthquakes that showed up across the park. Let me refresh that. There we go. It's like, what's going on? Well, that was the earthquake that happened early this morning down there in Peru. Yeah, that was magnitude 7.2. They might upgrade it. And it stirred up the caldera. There it is. But not as much as, say, as if there was a 7.2 in Alaska. For some reason, when Alaska has large earthquakes, or moderate earthquakes, the energy is transferred going south, and it often affects Yellowstone more so than the earthquakes that occur down there in South America. Yeah, I'll show you the signature right there. But that is not a large earthquake there at Yellowstone. That was caused by the earthquake there in Peru. There has been recently some small earthquakes. We got one right here marked in red at 1939 that the computer picked up. USGS is not reporting that earthquake. They are reporting one at 1928. Oh, excuse me. It's at 1923, a 0.8. Let's zoom into that location near Hedgen Lake. There you go. It only shows up on the borehole for the Madison River area, and I'll make that bigger. But that one was actually a magnitude 1.32. We'll go back to the signature. Yeah, it wasn't no magnitude 0.8. This one here, a quick popping of the... Oh, closed down on me. Quick popping of the rock. That's the most recent one that they're not reporting. Look at that. Yeah, the heat that came up. Now, see, that one is little. That's a magnitude 0.71. Big difference in the looks of the signature. And there's the magma. Okay. And we'll go back to the other one at 1923. You know, that one's actually a magnitude 1.32. Yeah, big difference between a magnitude, 0.7 to a 1.32. Big difference. And we'll go back to the spectrogram. But this other one, which was a 0.77 actually. Yeah, see how it's different? The signature is so much different. Yeah, from a 1.3 to a 0.7. And they're saying that other one is a 0.8. Yeah, I don't know who's reading their monitors. Alright, here we got another one as an example of a quick popping of the rock. This one is just after 1827. And we'll go to the spectrogram. This is at Lake Butte. See that right there? So it's smaller. And that comes in as, it is smaller. Let me show you. I'll bring it down. A 0.76. Not a 0.77 like that other one. This is a 0.76. And see how the color is not quite as distinct. Another quick popping of the rock that they're not reporting. This is Lake Butte over there on the eastern side of Yellowstone Lake. This one too, they're not reporting. Now they're reporting a 0.6 at 1748. And I thought I would be able to see it here on the borehole for the Madison River area, but I do not see it. Nope. Normally, if there's a large earthquake, like I said, up in Alaska, that would have triggered a lot of earthquakes here at Yellowstone. But that is not the case. Before this earthquake occurred, here at Lake Butte, you can see we had blobs of magma coming in. And there's the line of melt. Yeah, it was coming in for, let's see here. Not a real long length of time. Maybe about 15 minutes there. And another 15 minutes there. And then we started having another gush of it at 1758. You can see it there. Oh, it went quiet. It got so loud for a second, it actually went quiet. And then it settled down. See that? Yeah, it got so loud that it was beyond the capability of picking up the sound. See that? Yeah, that's interesting. Nothing has really changed at Yellowstone since my last report. On the 25th, which was yesterday, there was a magnitude 2.5 by Stanley, Idaho. The largest was a 2.7. That was by Smith Ferry. Actually, in the last week, the largest would have been a 2.8 right there. And that was on the 21st. The 2.7 right there, that was yesterday. And let's bring this out. And we got this fault zone here. We got the western Idaho shear zone. It could be an indication that there's another large earthquake coming for Idaho. But over here we got the Trans-Challis fault zone. I've talked about that and how it's all been moving. Could be, yeah, I don't think it's related to that, but it could be. Because this is the western Idaho shear zone where the quakes have been happening. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with Yellowstone. More so the movement of the continents. Stanley, Idaho, in that area, they've had 13 earthquakes within the last week. The most recent was on the 25th, yesterday, a magnitude 1.8. There was also a 2.5 yesterday, a 1.5, a 1.9, and then nothing until the 23rd, or since it was a 3.0. So we'll go to that location and bring it out. That is really far north. So that is close to the Trans-Challis fault zone. Once again, that runs all the way up to British Columbia. And that is along, I don't know if I have a name on this fault zone or not. I just have it drawn out. And that is west of the Sawtooth fault zone, which is here, which runs down to the Snake River Plateau. There we go. So those earthquakes too have got to do with the movement, of this fault zone. I would say nothing with Yellowstone. And over here is that uplift, the black line's the uplift from 2015 for Yellowstone. Up over here is the earthquake, the 6.5 that they had in 2020. And you can see the little arrow I got moved, located there, showing the movement of the plates. And as you know, the hot spot for Yellowstone is slowly moving northeast. As the tectonic plates move west, the hot spot for Yellowstone is slowly moving northeast. And I still haven't gotten around to enlarging this, changing this, where the caldera is at. Yeah, I've been really busy, as you know, with all the earthquakes and other events. tracking what's going on. I've been watching every day. I may not do reports because there hasn't been any changes. It's recharging. Just has not erupted yet. Who knows when it's going to erupt. Right here for this area going all the way down to Jackson Hole. 26 earthquakes within the last week that USGS is reporting. Down by Shoshone Lake, there was a magnitude 1.3. That was yesterday. And also a 1.2. 1.7 miles in depth for that one. And then this one was 2.4 miles in depth. Probably because of uplift and the ground is rising, expanding, making more room for the magma that's coming into the system. Alright, up over here we got a 0.7, they're saying, by close to the fishing bridge. Let's see, a 1.6, that was on the 20th. And I think this one I reported last. No, I didn't. They're saying that was a 0.0. That would have been close to the hot spot. And we'll bring it up. Mostly gotta be watching this area here, the Madison River area. Alright, there's the location of the 0.8, which I already showed you was not a 0.8. Let's see, a minus 0.4. The 24th. The 23rd is 0.2. We know that's all baloney. But nothing really significant. Let's look at the depth. 5.2 miles, 7.1 miles, 7.3 miles, 6.5 miles. Those all would be in the upper level of the magma chamber. This one wasn't. That was on the 21st. I'm sure I covered that in my last report. 1.8 miles. And then we got 3.3 miles. If it has another major eruption, which everyone's hoping it's going to be a small eruption. But if there was going to be another large eruption, the unzipping would start up in this area and probably do a counterclockwise rotation like it did before. And then once it reached down here by Heart Lake, both calderas, the Mallard Lake Resurgent Dome and the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome, would collapse at the same time. But they're thinking and hoping that the next eruption will be a small one. Probably the size of Mount St. Helens, maybe bigger. But they're thinking that it would happen here at the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome because of the recent activity and the amount of gases and heat that's coming up. Yeah, I hate to disappoint some people, but no, it's not erupting yet, and I'm still keeping an eye on it every day. Like I said in my last report, when you see the darkening of the steam coming up, that's from hydrogen sulfide and sulfur. As the caldera heats up, it melts the rock, and that is what you see when it's dark gray, or I've seen it as dark as black before. But I'm not going to give you a bunch of bull telling you, oh my God, there's a huge earthquake at Yellowstone, it's going to erupt. Yeah, it shook up the caldera, but it basically didn't do anything to increase the earthquakes there. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a bunch of bull that it did. But anyways, that's all I have for you right now. If you have thoughts or comments or questions, please put it down below. Thank you very much for your support. We got 2 new people who have joined us there on Patreon. If you want to join us there, please jump on over. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all.